I started the industry 20 plus years ago, and I, at the time, never wanted to be seen as different. Down to what I wore. I would wear khaki pants and a polo shirt. I'm wearing a polo shirt now too, but this is a women's cut polo shirt. 20 years ago, everyone was wearing a men's cut polo shirt.
I'm Danielle Adams. I'm the Executive Officer of the Frederick County Building Industry Association. My primary role here is to add value to our members. We're a trade association, and our mission is to improve the political, economic, and social welfare of our community. So the Professional Women in Building Council is chartered through the National Association of Home Builders. And this is really important because we are across the nation. It is something that the entire United States is able to recognize women in this industry so that they can improve themselves personally and professionally. Frederick County, our particular council, focuses also on a philanthropic outreach within our community.
PWB, to me, is a community. It's a community of other women in this industry that are really invested in others, each other's businesses and how we're advancing into the industry. But also, it's the outreach arm into the community.
We get to pick initiatives and support them throughout the year, raise the awareness of those organizations, as well as raise money for those organizations.
I think the community can benefit from PWB in many, many ways, but mostly to show our community, our lovely community of Frederick, Maryland, that there is a lot of women in construction or in this industry who really love being here. I was born in Peru. I wanted to be many things. I wanted to be a builder just because my father was a builder, but I also wanted to be a vet because I love animals. So I didn't become any of them. I went to school for accounting, and later I switched careers, and now I own a roofing company. Being a woman, but not just a woman, but a Hispanic woman, a mixed race woman, I can tell you there are not many of us in this industry. And I believe right now the world is craving for this diversity, not just in race, but in gender.
When I think of diversity, I think of, okay, let's look at our community. We don't just build houses and buildings, we build communities. So who is in our community? It's important that we reflect that, because if you're going to build a community, you need to see that in yourself.
My biggest role model was my parents. So my dad, I'm from a small town in Alabama, and my dad, he started his own business, and he didn't finish the 8th grade. And he was a teenager when I was born. So seeing him and my mom struggle and build their business from nothing was kind of amazing. It's kind of an amazing way to grow up. My strengths that come from being a woman are definitely being really, really comfortable being uncomfortable.
I believe one of my strengths is that I'm a multitasker. A lot of patience and listening. Remember, I work in a male-dominated industry. So if you're a good listener, you have a lot of patience, you focus, and you are a multitasker, then you're going to be able to succeed and do what you have to do in your day by day.
At some point in my career, I realized that my strength is that I'm a woman. I realized that I needed to be a woman, and I needed to support other women to be themselves, to be their most effective selves in the workplace as well.
I started in April of last year, and when I came on board, I recognized that we didn't have a women's council. And a women's council is not a club. It's not a social network. It is a very intentional connection of women in this industry to be able to, again, go back to that trifecta, political, economic, and social. If they're going to improve those things in their world, they have to be able to have a space to do that. When you have young women who are interested in becoming either somebody in a trades position or owning their own business, We have found that it's typical 1 out of 2 girls will drop out of the building industry if they do not see themselves reflected in a role that they're interested in.
I would say to a young woman that as she looks to her future, to look inside herself and change the messages that she tells herself.
Be more confident. And that's exactly what I would say to, anyone younger in this industry, and know that you belong at the table. You belong in the spot you're at, and be confident and speak up.
One of the reasons why I became a member of PWB is because we as women in male-dominated industries like construction, we are very few. And we need to be a force.
It gives everybody that space to be themselves and find confidence in seeing the success of other women who have done it before them.
See, our mothers and our grandmothers, they really faced a glass ceiling. And I think in our world today, it's a little bit different. It's not necessarily a glass ceiling. It's more of a mirror. It's the messages that we're telling ourselves as women that are creating the obstacles that are standing in our way.
When I look in the mirror now, I think I see what most women see, which is, I look tired today. And there's not enough concealer in the world to help. But deep down in the deep part of that question, I think I still see my 20-year-old self, and I just have a lot more experience and confidence and knowledge now.
I see a mom, because mostly when I'm looking in the mirror, there are 2 little ones running around in the background. I see someone who has done a lot of stuff and has a lot of grit.
When I look in the mirror, I see a warrior. I see somebody who fall many times and get up and started from zero. I see a very perseverant woman, and I like what I see in this mirror.